Welcome. I want to welcome everybody back to another episode of the El Grando Show. I am your host. I am the one, often imitated, never duplicated. Um, wow. First off, I want to start the show by, like I always do. Um, hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's safe. Hope um you're finding a path and some kind of routine to help with your mental health. I will cheers to that. Just got a crowler. Just got a crowler here. I've been messing with the audio, so I mean it should be a little bit clearer now. But I think my last episode was a little high. It was a little high, but I think I got to the I got to fix the problem. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got a really good show for y'all today. It's been a show that I put off for a week, but it's I tried to go out as much as I could last week, just because here in Oregon we just shut down indoor dining. But we did go to. They're letting people do more outdoor dining. We're still doing dining at places. We're just not inside because of the COVID numbers, and so more restrictions. And you know, I thought that last week was the first week we had those restrictions. This past Friday, and we didn't see that much of a drop off. I think actually we did better Saturday than we have done in a while. Um, but I still think Oregon in general are I'll have still have very low numbers compared to a lot of other states. It's just something we have to deal with now, and it sucks. It sucks, you know. But what can you do? Just got to get through this rough patch, you know. Um, but yeah, I think honestly, I think more people are feeling a lot more optimistic. I mean, I say 90% of the people that I talk to, or I see out in places are vaccinated. So that's got to count for something, right? I mean, I don't feel afraid to go out right now. Not at all. Not at all. I don't feel like, I mean, I'm still taking care of myself, and I'm sure that other people are too. So, like I said, I thought we were gonna have a little bit more drop off, but there really isn't. So that's pretty cool. All right, like I said, I have a really big show for y'all. Cheers. Um, so recently I was out, and like usually we do around the bars around here, with a group of people talking shit, and one subject came up. When was the last time I blew chunks? Drinking, and I thought about it, and it was but the thing is now, like, I think that I drink so much like craft beer that I don't drink as much as I used to, and it sounds weird, but like if you drink two or three, IPAs, you mix in a double IPA or imperial, that's 9%. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. So as far and then like two as before, when I used to drink to get drunk, I was if I was drinking Bud Light, it'd take me like an 18 pack. Me and my brother drink. uh, we'd go through a case, which is 24 beers, right? Like nothing, and just keep chugging. Um, but the last time I blew chunks from drinking, it was maybe, I would say, I was still living in New York. I would say, no, wait. If we're talking just beer, it was, I'll say 2012, right around there. So long time, right? 2000, almost what? Uh, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I'll say 8 or 9 years ago was the last time I blew chunks from drinking, and I'll never forget it. Is because it was when Bud Light Platinums first came out, and it was like it was malt liquor, basically, but you can drink so much of it like water, and you drink it like Bud Light, and then people forget, you get to around 10 or 11 beers, you're totally shit faced. But you're not you're hydrating yourself, kind of. I'll never forget it because it was me and a lady friend of mine, and it was Christmas. I think it was like right around there, and she was real cool. Total hippie type. In New York, so we're smoking weed and we're getting drunk. Like, she liked to drink too, so we were getting drunk. Listening to music, whatever. And then the next thing I remember is me waking up on the floor, and I don't even think I made it to the bathroom. I hurled hardcore, and I remember seeing her like a couple of days later because she took a cab home, and and she was like, "Yeah, I was fucking hungover," and I was like, "Yeah, I was too," because I mean it was one of those things where it was just bad time. But yeah, I definitely, there's something to you know drinking beer, because you can drink beer, like you can drink Bud Light, you can drink a case of it, and just keep chugging and be cool. You know what I'm saying? Maintain. I think with craft beer, it's just a better kind of drunkenness. I mean, it's like it's just different, like wine. You get drunk off wine. It's a totally different. It's a different spirit, so you feel different. So you drink liquor, it's a different spirit. It's a different kind of high. And I definitely do like the way craft beer, my body reacts to it. And I'm not alone in that. And I know that there's a lot of imports and lagers and this, that, and the other, but there's a place for that too. I mean, if you go to Mexico, like, I'm sure that they have never, they have their own fucking craft beer, which is Corona and Dos Equis and fucking Micheladas. And I love the micheladas, especially when you're eating like when you're eating like you know uh lobster and fish tacos. Sometimes it just goes. There's just sometimes it just goes with the meal. Like before I eat, if you're eating some fajitas, you might want a margarita. Some things just go hand in hand. Like Marie and Donnie, Ike and Tina. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. And that's good. That's good. I mean, I definitely know when I'm drunk off beer. and I haven't, it's like I always know my limits, and I know that I have responsibilities. So as long as I feel like all my responsibilities are taken care of, guess what? Can't tell me shit. Can't tell me shit. I fucking, my bills are paid. I love smoking weed and drinking beer. I mean, I work for a fucking brewery in Oregon. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, I don't. I mean, we get paid sometimes to taste new beer, and I don't know if that's like one of the best jobs in the world, or if not, it might be top five, or top 10 at least. I mean, there's other breweries around here, and they send us free stuff. Whenever we brew stuff, new things. There might be some short pours, and the brewers will put some aside for us. It's definitely it definitely doesn't suck sometimes, you know, and it's a huge deal in Oregon. If I haven't said that a million times, definitely let me put an emphasis on how cool it. I mean, how much of a craft beer is a thing here in Oregon. It's a huge deal, and the community's shown us huge uh, support, and I thank them, and I thank everybody who supports craft beer, because it's one of those things that are almost like purely American, like coffee back in the day. No, everybody else is drinking tea in Europe, and then here come the Americans, and they start drinking coffee, and it becomes a huge deal. It's definitely cool though, and I do keep my eye out and ears out to other craft beer scenes, and I keep hearing things about North Carolina and fucking the East Coast, coming up. So but it's cool, it's cool. I definitely think that from what I hear, that it's as big as craft beer is in some places, it's really not like a national. Um, it's not mainstream yet, which is what I love, because it's like, don't start, don't start, because you'll get hooked. But I was surprised of how, like, the numbers say, like, the only people who drink craft beer is like the older people, right? Like the younger people, 21 through 28, are all drinking like fucking Guinnesses and Coronas and shit like that, which is fine. I don't care. But it's like the only people who drink craft beers, like people from 30s to like their 50s, and I thought that was weird. But it just means that there's room for growth. I mean, I'm sure that there's people who drink it, younger people who drink craft beer, but it was just interesting to hear that craft beer is more like for the older generation. So still cool, still cool. All right, and then so like I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like I always say, one that in particular that I fucking just like stumbled across was the fucking Jim Brockmeyer podcast, and I fucking I don't know if you guys haven't checked that out. That shit is fucking gold. Hank Azaria, it's just fucking gold. And one of the subjects or fucking segments he had was his top favorite sick opening songs for sitcoms. Like, every fucking show on TV has an opening song, right? So he was just like listing off, or he wanted, your opinion on your top five, right? And there's one in particular. There's one song in particular that keeps coming up, and it's usually for people like in their 50s and 60s. And I wanted to bring it up because I just keep hearing about it, and of course I've seen the show, but so this guy was talking about how his favorite song from a show, his opening song from a show was Hill Street Blues, the Hill Street Blues song. And there's no words to that song. It's just Hill Street Blues, din din din. It's just I don't know why all the old heads love it. Like especially if you're like a Mets fan. I guess everybody grew up watching Hill Street Blues for some reason. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But it's really funny, and so there was just from my 2 cents. If I had to choose like the best opening song for a sitcom, I mean there was one in particular that I thought should have came up, and it was the Cheers song. I mean, come on. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Dum da dum dum. And they're always glad you came. Dum dum. You wanna be where people say brothers all look the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. And it was great. It was like illustrated, and I don't know. Cheers is great. It's a great show. Once upon a time, my older brother used to tape Cheers and watch it on the VHS. So, but yeah. So obviously, I kind of grew up watching it too. And I don't know. I think everybody just got tired of Cheers ever since like fucking like once the Red Sox started winning championships and the Patriots, and it was like it seemed like Cheers was on like every channel. I think people just got fucking tired of it. But it's got a great song. How can you not like that song? Anyway, shout out to Cheers from Boston. Don't know how Massachusetts is dealing with the pandemic right now, but I hope that the place is open. I hope they're. I don't know if I'm pretty sure the bar still exists, so I'm sure people are not happy about not being able to go there, or maybe they're open at capacity right now. I did speak with a lady friend of mine from Colorado, and she said that they're at 75% capacity right now indoors, and they're gonna open up fully next week, which is great. I mean, it's fucking must be nice. I know California is right there too. I think California just recorded their lowest fucking, COVID rate past fucking year or whatever the fuck month. I think California is the lowest in the nation right now, and just because I just wanted to say that the media was totally fucking them over in the very beginning, but what I would hear about people there and what I see, I mean, it just seemed like the vaccines were going out, better than expected, and that whole plan was going great, and the media totally shit on that in the beginning, and that's what really pissed me off, because it does seem like California is dealing with everything right now a lot, maybe the best in the nation right now. So I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy for that. I mean, California is a huge population, and it's like New York, So, and I have family in both states, I haven't heard anything about New York, but I guess no news is good news, right? So that's good. Speaking of New York City, and yes, the weed is good. Before you ask, the weed is hella good right now. Speaking of New York City, I I wanted to bring something up. Somebody told me that it was like not, it wouldn't like matter because it happened so long ago. But it's just something that I wanted to bring up. Because it's just something that was it got pointed out to me like long time ago, and it like nobody really talked about. It was the fact that Uber uh did a lot of damage to cab companies, and so I think it was something that just got brushed under the rug. But like where I live, I mean, I'm sure like in big cities, I think cab drivers were feeling a certain type of way about Uber, and people who use Uber, what I'm saying? Like, just because, like, okay, like, personally, I knew a couple cab drivers that used to, hit the bar after work, just like I did. And, I knew one in particular who felt a certain type of way about people who used Uber because he saw what Uber was doing to the cab companies, and he didn't like it. And but like I said, it's just something that I think nobody really talked about. I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna affect every place, right? It's just like big cities or anywhere there's like a legit like cab company, that is that the community knows. And see, the thing about where I live here in Portland is that the biggest thing is the public transportation. And like, I didn't have a car the first 4 years that I lived here because I didn't need one. I mean, we have like we don't have a subway, but we have a rail system, and it'll take you pretty much everywhere you want to go. The buses will take you pretty much anywhere you want to go. And not only that, the it's just if you, I understand how it might be like different for some people, but I really didn't need a car. And I'll say 75% of people who live in Portland don't own cars. Now, I think that changed now because I feel like um you know, once the pandemic hit, I think people were kind of scared to go on public transportation because, you might get exposed, whatever. And I mean, that's why I got a car. I mean, plus it was in the dead of winter, and I felt like, I'm not gonna freeze my ass off this fucking winter. I'm gonna try and, I mean, it's different now. Obviously, circumstances have changed. So, so there you go. It's just something that nobody talked about, and I feel like, I guess the point that I wanted to say was that, some of these companies don't really, and it's changed now. Like that cab company had totally has an app now, and and it's kind of a pain in the ass to use, but it's just like, you know, corporate America, corporate America, you know, it's just something that people deal with every day. you know. But where is it gonna stop? Well, are they just gonna make everything like corporations or Because I'm not down with. I'm not down with it. But I don't know. It's just interesting to me because you know you call Uber and get a ride, but nobody calls a cab company anymore. So so this is gonna be a great segue into the Oscars and Nomadland. I'm bringing that up because one, I love the Oscars, and two, I caught Nomadland just because of the hype it was getting. Now, obviously, it was a movie that about people who have stories, right? Not the best stories, okay? I mean, nothing like super like how can I explain it without spoiling the movie? It's basically about poor people and what poor people have to do to get by, and and so I mean, like I said, like they have a story, okay, and so what the movie does is kind of sheds light on some of those stories, okay. Now, now I understand that there's a million stories, okay, out there that people haven't heard or from other people, and like you know, so there's like so much more we have to learn. In other words, but like, and I'm watching the movie right because it got so much hype, and I'm like, this is good, I guess. It was like, I was just thinking, like, would I pay money or would I watch this in the theater? And I'm like, probably not. Would I enjoy this movie in the theater? Maybe not. And it won Oscars. But, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. There's a lot of movies that win Oscars, and some don't. And it's like, that's just some shit. I don't put too much stock into it. It's more for entertainment. But I like it because you get to see people, and they make a speech, and sometimes the people you think should win. Sometimes they don't. I mean, Leo DiCaprio, fucked a bear, or got fucked by a bear, and then he won an Oscar, and that's what it takes sometimes to win an Oscar. But you know, I just there's some movies that I think should win, and there's some movies that I think are butt. And this one was just about people who had a story to tell, right? But it's not something that I would go to a theater to watch, right? And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I thought it was okay. You know, I thought it was good. If you haven't seen it, I mean, just wait. You can just wait for it to come out on HBO or something. I just it got so much hype. It got so much hype. I was like, why is this fucking movie getting so much hype? But Francis McDormand's in it, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I just sometimes I don't. I just watch award shows just to see who's there, but I don't know. It was good. It was good. I mean, I watch a lot of fucking TV. That's for sure. So yeah. Um. There's I also wanted to bring up the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is maybe the best show on right now. Um, it's great. It's great. Uh, I love the way they're pushing the envelope, and I like what they're doing. I like because I wasn't sure how Disney, because when Disney bought Marvel Universe or whatever, they I wasn't sure how it was gonna work out when they bought Star Wars too. I wasn't sure how it was gonna work out, but it does seem like they're pushing the envelope. So yeah, yes. So that's cool. I think that's all I was gonna say about the Oscars. Oh yeah, I mean, I thought the Rome movie should have won Best Picture. But it didn't. It's a great movie. I thought it was pretty good actually. I don't know. I just thought it was shot like really good. You know what? There's nothing else really that stands out to me. From the Oscars. Just I think it was just like the time Sean Penn was like when Inarito won Best Picture. He was like, "Who gave that guy a green card?" Like, oh. And then next thing you know, he's like making documentaries with El Chapo. Nice one. Inarritu's a fucking genius, though. That guy's a fucking genius. You just look for his older stuff with Javier Bardem. Fuck, that shit'll fuck with you. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I love movies. I love movies. I always have. Always have. But speaking of Marvel, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here it is. The top 5 list. Once again, here it is. And I usually don't do this. I definitely have an issue with Marvel just because there's like I was like I was very skeptical of them just because of like there's no original fucking movies coming out from Hollywood. It was all just like Thor 1 and 2 and 3 and fucking this Iron Man 2 and 3 and fucking whatever the fucking X-Men 2, X-Men 5. That's all you're getting out of Hollywood. But I digress. And here are my top 5 Marvel characters. I struggled with this list, but I did collect comics when I was a kid. So, that being said, I know that. Let me just first say that I have no formal training. I'm not a fucking. I don't have a fucking degree. These are my opinions and mine alone. So, that being said, I think my list is maybe the best one that I've had thus far. Top 5. We'll start at number 5. Marvel characters. This is Marvel. I might do a DC one, I'm not sure. Um, I'm doing this. I'm doing this list, okay, for one reason, and I'm definitely more of a DC guy, but I definitely I you can't deny that Marvel has some badass characters. Okay, okay, let's get to the list. Number 5, okay. Number 5 on my list. My favorite Marvel characters. Number 5, Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk, aka David Banner, Doctor David Banner. His secret was that he was always angry. Just badass, all around badass. I mean, that's a solid number 5. That's my number 5. Incredible Hulk's been around since the 70s, I believe, and great character, great character. Um, right. Number 4. Now, this is a guy that I don't think people are too familiar with, just because he wasn't on he was on the X-Men's for one movie. He was well, it's a Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler, badass. Now, when I was a little kid, we had the X-Men cartoons, and Nightcrawler was the dopest. German, uh, Catholic, and he had the markings of Saint Michael all over his body, and he was a teleporter. And I loved his character. I loved his character. I love his character still to this day. I did have a few of his comics. Um, I just think he doesn't get like. I mean, he died in one of the movies, one of the X Men movies, but I just don't think he gets like the credit he deserves. I thought Nightcrawler's a badass motherfucker. Just like number 3. Number 3. I don't know why he's left out of the X Men universe. I was I loved this character. Um, in the cartoon and in the comics and playing them as a video game. Uh, the motherfucking dealer from New Orleans. Talking about Gambit. Gambit was the ultimate badass because he always fucking talks shit to you in like broken French, and his talent was he was a ex car dealer and riverboat, and he powered up playing cards and threw them at people. And playing cards are kind of a weird thing because you can throw them at people and they have like an edge to them, so you can potentially cut them. But I don't know if you don't know who Gambit is. I mean, I'm pleading to the Marvel gods right now to make a fucking show for Gambit, because I think his story needs to get told. He's such a badass fucking character. One of my ultimate favorite characters. Gambit. I don't know why he doesn't have a bigger title or fucking character in the on fucking movies. Number 2, I struggled. I struggled a lot with my 2-in-1. I struggled a lot just because I don't know how to. I was gonna do 2 number 1s, but I was like, no, let's keep it fucking real. My number 2 is the Punisher. Um, he never got with anybody. he doesn't have a lot of superpowers. Um, his story was fucking nuts. One of the all-time favorite comics, The Punisher, One Deep. You know, he was a cholo in all facets. Badass. And the comics are fucking amazing. I think there still hasn't been a movie that does it justice. Uh, the fucking series on Netflix is fucking badass. I thought the second season was way better than the first one. I thought when he came out with Daredevil, I thought that was fucking amazing. I I definitely think it's pretty good. I definitely think that Daredevil is the best show on Netflix, hands down. The best show that Netflix has ever put out. You know, Daredevil. It's just way different from when it came out and what it does. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio, fucking amazing as the fucking boss. Anytime I get to watch him, it's a fucking treat. Definitely, definitely. So, um, so yeah, so my number one. But like I said, I struggle with my two and one. The Punisher, just because I did have a lot, I had a lot of Punisher comics, when I was a kid, and him and Ghost Rider. Now Ghost Rider didn't fucking make my list, but it's a very, that's how deep my list is. But the Ghost Rider comic was fucking nuts. Like that shit was different level nuts. And as a kid, you can imagine how fucking crazy that shit'll put people. But if you, I mean, those are. I wish I'd never gotten rid of them. But the Ghost Rider comics are fucking amazing. And I don't know if any movie has done it justice yet. But we're getting off the subject. My number one, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. I am Iron Man. I'm not sure if Black Sabbath wrote that song after the fact or had any influence, but I get chills. I get chills, man, every time. When that fucking song comes on and fucking Tony Stark fucking starts doing his fucking thing. It's nuts. It's nuts. Dr. Tony Stark, no superpowers is, only superpowers is fucking, he was a genius and knew how to build stuff and rich as fuck. And, oh man, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. Iron Man, what can I say? The comics are fucking dope as fuck. Uh, I know he influenced a lot of people, or the comic did. Um, I'm not sure if there's been there's a lot of characters in the Marvel universe, and I know that Spider Man was one of the first ones, but I think you know Iron Man was right there. Let's just give it a. 1963. 1963. Iron Man, American comic book hero, may say Marvel Comics, who first appeared in 1963 in Tales of Suspense. (1963). I am Iron Man. That is bad ass. Yeah. So yeah. So there it is, ladies and gents. Um, we're all chugging along here. Um, it is so nice out. It is so nice out right now, but it's getting hot. So I'm still trying to mess with the audio, but I think it's getting better. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I got I definitely think the month of May is gonna be like boom, 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 boom. I got so many fucking appointments because I made them fucking 2 months, a month ago. That they're all coming up now. So, gotta be taking care of business though. You know, you got shit you gotta do. I always got shit I gotta do. You know, so especially because everything got backed up. So boom, 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 it's all coming. You know, but I probably won't be on be on this week, so I just wanted to say Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. If I don't see y'all, you guys be good. Be safe. You know, try not to get too drunk. But I think I'm gonna call it. Anyway, do I want to talk about sports? No, because the Dodgers stink. The NBA is no good. Seen some good boxing matches and some good UFC, but not really, because I've been working so damn much, so I just catch the highlights. Uh, I can't wait for the NBA finals or the fucking playoffs to start, because this is bullshit. Yeah, ain't no good sports on right now. We're like in a fucking real fucking little dead spot right now where everything's just like fucking sucks. So we're just trying to get through it. Cause ain't nothing good on right now. I'm fucking. I restarted fucking watching The Sopranos. So I don't know what the fuck that means, but it means ain't nothing good on TV either. But I love y'all. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We'll see you on the flip side. One love. One love.